Hola, amigos, muchachos, friends, kin, family. Welcome, welcome to JuicyMagiK and the Panama Beach series. Now, the beach is just a few hundred feet that way. I'm sitting amongst the ruin and rubble beside a beautiful estuary where there are some locals fishing. We could be in Jerusalem. There's almost a full moon up overhead, a beautiful resort behind us, and the pure beauty of nature, but we're sitting amongst old rebar and rubble. It's a nice juxtaposition for our topic today, which is level 2 of the 10 levels of inner and outer wealth in our Always Wealth Coaching. Now, Maria and I have been talking a lot, we've been studying a lot, and we've seen a lot of systems, and we want to make sure that 95% of what we do is complimentary. It's free. It's freely given. We'd obviously take great gratitude in any donations, but they're not suggested. If you think that you're getting any value from these, we'll send links when we set up the platform to receive donations. Obviously, for a few select people that really want to dive deep into any number of the levels of wealth, inner and outer wealth, abundance, resonance, creation and attraction, and more importantly, outpouring. Your libation is your life. Your artistry and craft is your life. We hope and wish and pray that you become an artist of life. And the system that we're offering is really a portal for you to come back to yourself and to create your own system, your own platform. We won't be licensing or creating a yearly subscription fee or any of that stuff. We're going to go contrary, completely the opposite way, because most of the most powerful teachings we've received for free. Doesn't mean there's no payment. Sometimes it's in your time and energy and focus what you might give up. So let's talk today about the level 2. Last episode we talked about God realization, God actualization, and God surrender. Today, it's almost the same, yet it's a Chinta Beta Beta Tattva. Now, you'll hear me use this term quite a bit. It means simultaneously one yet distinct. And we are all living individual souls. We're a soul living in a body with a material body and a subtle material body mind. And so self-realization today is one of the greatest wealths that you can have, because it leads to your eternal life, your eternal service, your eternal libation, your outpouring of love and devotion and surrender. Your LSD, love, surrender, and devotion. And whether it's the dolphins or orphans or seniors, whether it's trees and tree hugging, or just illuminating the magic, awe, and wonder, what we call the maw of this world, living in your paws, the primal, authentic, wild self. More on that later. But today, what is self-realization? Self-actualization. It's such a wonderful experience to realize, have an experience, whether it's through the use of psychedelics like ayahuasca, or through serving a particular teacher or guru, or from really going beyond anything, like when I ran a marathon and I had an out-of-body experience. I actually ran 3 marathons in a 10-month period. But we are living spiritual souls forever. There's no beginning or end to our existence. We are part and parcel of the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Spirit, the Supreme Person. And so we are not this body. We're not this physical body. I've had this toe issue for a while. I've been thinking about Bob Marley, who had to have his toe cut off. And he was really against that because some of his beliefs he didn't want any cutting of his hair or cutting of his body. Lots of respect to Bob Marley, one of my heroes. But it prevented him from cutting off that toe quickly and maybe avoiding the cancer that eventually consumed his life. And I've been thinking about my toe's been hurting, and I've been thinking a lot about, if I had that toe cut off tomorrow, would I still be me? Of course. And you can right now, right here, apply this. You could scan your body. Am I my foot? Am I my stomach? Am I my back? Am I my fingers? Am I my eyes? Am I my nose? No, this is just material elements, dirt and water put together, all the elements, fire, water, earth, air, and ether. Mind, intelligence, and false ego. Those are the 8 constituents of the material world. And we are not of the material. Our bodies are made up of material constituents, but we're not our body. Are we our mind then? Are we this mind, intelligence? No. We can watch sometimes. You can just lie in bed and watch your thoughts. Well, who's watching the thoughts? This is simple. I really encourage you to just lie back, put your arms behind your head, and close your eyes and look up at the movie images of your mind. There might be words or images or sounds or colors. But who's watching? Who's the watcher? You are the watcher. You're the living entity, the eternal spirit soul, the soul force, the soul, the living entity, the living being, in so many different words and cultures and ways of expressing that. Don't get hung up on the nomenclature or the definitions of the words. But we have to express ourselves, and I'm in a body that speaks English, so I'm speaking English words right now. So having a realization and an actualization of the self on an unfolding, ongoing basis is part of the greatest wealth that you can realize, and it will help free you, and the truth will set you free. We talked about level 1, God realization. Level 2, self, personal self realization. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not this body. This body is not mine. I am not this body. This body is not mine. I'm neither body nor mind. Eternal self I am. I'm neither body nor mind. Eternal self I am. Soham, soham, soham shivoham, soham, soham, soham shivoham. If you want to learn that song or more about it, I have so many songs and wonderful ways of reiterating to yourself, reminding yourself that you're not this body or mind. Yes, you've got to take care of the body and the mind, intellectually, emotionally, physically. Your vitality is important, but it won't last. The body has to be born, it has to grow old, it has to have disease, and it has to die. It has to decay. And when you can't stay in it anymore, then you leave. So we're going to get more into the big ticket topics that I love to discuss with people and embrace and learn about: God, love, money, sex, death, libation, technology, what some call the archaic techniques of ecstasy, or the ancient technologies of prayer and life and living and outpouring. So today, I want you to consider whether you experience yourself as just your body or mind, or something more than that, an energy that is not of this world. And also, wonderfully, not subjected to the laws of physics like gravity or electromagnetism or birth, old age, disease, and death. To quote from the Bhagavad Gita as it is, never was there a time when you did not exist, nor a time when you will cease to be. And when we have experiences, Gnosticism, an actual experience of that, actualize it. Just like, how do you know you're full? Well, you know you're full when you feel full. So it's that simple. You don't need to take a course to experience this. I mean, you need to devote your whole life and energy to living accordingly, that there's no end to you. And once you realize and experience and actualize this in small bits, you expand it. There are days when I'm in that knowledge, and there's other days when it's just here and there. So take a nice deep breath in, let it out with a and just sit a little deeper in your body, knowing I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am what I am. Aham Brahmasmi. I am spirit soul. I am the living individual spirit soul, part and parcel of the supreme soul. I, the Jiva Atma, am also one yet distinct from the Paramatma, the supreme. And many yogis, they meditate on the Lord in the heart, as it's called, the Paramatma. And just like a wonderful parrot, two parrots sitting in a forest, you, the Jiva Atma, the living entity, and the Paramatma, the supreme soul, that follows every living individual throughout the universe at all times. You are connected with the supreme. And so be careful of what you wish for, because you'll be given just that. So today, I welcome and encourage you to consider level 2 of always wealth. Again, it's more of an inner wealth, but it will express itself outwardly. Your values will start to really lengthen and widen and deepen. And the things and people and places and pursuits that you're associating with will also shift to reflect the strength and the wisdom and the humility and grace that comes from self-actualization and realization. I'm Mark Kerwin, co-founder of JuicyMagiK. We encourage you to have a JuicyMagiK day. May you have wealth in all ways, inner and outer. And we look forward to seeing you on day 3 of the Panama Beach series, where we'll look at health, vitality, and vibrancy, very much related to the physical body and mind. So we don't shy away from the outer, we don't shy away from the inner. And so we wish you a blessed JuicyMagiK day. Thanks for tuning in. It's so nice to lay eyes upon you. And thank you for your time, energy, and being. And we hope that you are blessed with wealth in all ways. Thank you so much.